In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use a really simple two-step process to help you pack a simple capsule wardrobe that will always fit in a carry-on and will work for literally any trip. The first step is to start with the colour palette that you want to pack. So the key trick to having a really versatile mix and match wardrobe is to use a set of colours that are really going to work together. So you might use a seasonal colour palette to do this, like a spring palette, a summer palette, an autumn palette. You might use a really fixed, like I'm only going to have black, white and grey. You might go for a set of clashing brights, but the trick is to use a limited and cohesive palette where everything is going to mix and match. So for my hypothetical trip, I've stuck to a really clean palette. I've used like a khaki olive green as my main kind of colour, and then I've used cream as my neutral, and then I've just added in a few splashes of colour around that, but everything really harmonises. Every piece in my packing list mixes and matches together to create endless outfit options, which you'll see as I go through and start packing. My little top tip there is really think about footwear. If you know you're doing a ton of sightseeing, so for my imaginary holiday, I'm thinking a city trip to Oslo. It's going to be warm, but not super hot. I'm going to be on my feet all day. I need shoes that are comfortable. It's like my obsession when it comes to holiday packing, having good shoes. Okay, so let's get on to my packing list. What am I taking on my city break trip? So as I said, I've thought about the activities I'm going to do, and I've thought about the colour palette that I want to take. First up on my packing list is my essential travel trousers. They're going to get me not just through the flight and the aeroplane air conditioning, which is the bane of every trip for me, but also really, really versatile trousers that are going to be great for sightseeing, for meals out. The trousers I've chosen are a kind of slightly like relaxed tailoring, suiting trousers, but in a lightweight linen blend, which is perfect for kind of varied temperatures. But also means, because they've got that linen finish, that as they inevitably, when I'm traveling, get a bit creased and feel a bit more relaxed, it's going to really work with that linen fabric and that texture of the trousers. So I'm not going to need to be too precious and stuffy about looking after these while I travel. Next on my list, the super comfortable ribbed cotton tee. Now, adding a little bit of a splash of colour here in a kind of warm coral shade that's going to harmonise really nicely with those creams and those khaki greens that I've chosen. But the key with this t-shirt is it's in a super stretchy rib cotton fabric that is going to work so well for traveling. It's going to be super comfortable in warmer weather because of that high cotton content. And it's just a really easy, versatile piece. The colour pop makes it feel a little bit more elevated, a little bit more special, but it's still really comfortable, simple and easy to wear. Okay, the final piece in my kind of travel outfit bit of packing is a layering lightweight sweatshirt. So being able to layer when you travel is so important. Temperature changes. I've already shared my views on air conditioning. Dealing with those temperature changes, the best way to do it is to have lightweight layers that you can just add or take off as you go. I really like having a sweatshirt again, because if it gets a bit creased, it doesn't matter. It's got that laid back vibe. And I love this lightweight, super soft sweatshirt. It's so kind of silky soft, buttery feeling, and just the right amount of extra warmth without feeling too bulky and heavy when I get to a warm destination. Next up, sightseeing essential, comfortable pair of shorts. So these are a really good, kind of slightly relaxed on the thigh fit. They're really, really comfortable. They're cotton with a little bit of stretch, which means they're kind of really just easy to wear. It's what I look for in a pair of holiday shorts. And again, they're in that kind of same neutral, slightly grayer tone, but still sitting in that kind of cream, khaki, neutral palette that I've set for this holiday wardrobe. Okay, let's get a little bit dressier. So I've added to my packing list this gorgeous kind of slinky, slightly silky feeling skirt. Again, I haven't gone for pure silk. I've gone for a viscose fabric here because it's a little bit more forgiving if it needs to have a wash in a hotel bathroom. If I throw something down my front, it's just a slightly easier traveling fabric than pure silk. But it's got that beautiful kind of slinky, soft feeling, which makes it feel a little bit dressier, a little bit more elevated for an evening meal. And again, it's drawn from that same color palette, which is going to make it work so hard with the pieces I've got. I could pair this with my t-shirt and my sweatshirt for a more casual outfit, or dress it up with one or two of the other pieces I'm going to show you here for a more kind of elevated evening look. Next up, lightweight layering. So a cami or a vest is a really useful piece for taking on any holiday where you're not sure what the temperature is going to do. You can add it under other styles if it gets a bit chillier in the evening, but it also works really well as a standalone hot weather top. And again, I've gone for another kind of a different colour from my palette, but because it's drawn from that same warm, rich palette, it's going to harmonise really well with those khaki and cream tones that I've chosen as the foundation of my holiday packing. And for layering with that cami, no packing list, no wardrobe for me is complete without a classic cream or white button-down shirt. It is such a useful piece for literally any packing list. If you're going for work, for sun, whatever it is, an oversized cream or white shirt I just think should live in every packing list. It's so versatile. Yes, you've got a bit of creasing to deal with, but hang it in the bathroom when you have a shower. It'll be worth it, I promise. It's a lightweight layer that you can throw on over a cami or a t-shirt for a bit of sun coverage, or if you need to have your shoulders covered for modesty reasons. But it's also elevated enough to pair with that dressy skirt and sandals for an evening meal. You can wear it over a bikini for a beach trip. It is great for literally any occasion. A couple more items of clothing. The next one is the easy breezy dress. Again, every packing list should have this. A lightweight, throw-on, super comfortable dress. Bonus points if it's not overly fitted. There's nothing worse than when you've maybe had one too many indulgent meals out or it's roasting hot than having something that's clingy and holding onto your waist. I love the kind of loose tiered layers in this dress. Kind of adds a bit of interest, but without feeling remotely restrictive or uncomfortable. And again, it's in that pure cotton, which is such a great lightweight fabric for travel, for sunshine. Okay, last clothing item on my packing list is the essential white tee, or in this case, cream tee, because that goes more effectively with the colour palette that I've chosen. But a really simple, classic white tee, not going to be overly hot in the sunshine because of that light colour. It's going to mix and match with literally everything here because it's in neutral, just a really useful extra piece to have on your holiday packing list. So we packed the clothes, but there's more that you need to take on holiday with you. I've still got a whole half of my carry-on left, so I'm going to get on to accessories, shoes, all the extra bits that you need to take traveling with you, because if it doesn't all fit in a carry-on, it's not coming with me. First up, a couple of belts. Belts are so useful for adding kind of versatility to your look, making it feel really different for different occasions, which when you're taking only a small selection of clothing is so useful. So I've got a woven plaited belt here, which you can use to you can have it as a waist cinching belt, you can have it as a low slung hip belt. So it's a really versatile one for kind of loads of different occasions. And then a slightly more kind of classic suede belt. Again, all drawn from that same color palette, but that suede belt, slightly cleaner look. It's going to be great for those chino shorts or for the suit trousers to make them feel really polished and elevated. Especially if I'm going out for dinner or going something a little bit smarter where I want the outfit to feel a bit more finished and put together. These are an essential addition. Now I've managed to keep my shoe packing list for this trip down to literally only 2 pairs of shoes. I probably travel in the trainers as the bulkier pair of shoes. As somebody with big feet, it's always really important for me to think about how I can be most efficient with shoes. If you are tiny and dainty of foot, you might be able to squeeze in an extra pair of shoes here, but for me, I'm taking a pair of comfortable trainers. It will cover all of my sightseeing, any exercise I want to do while I'm away, and then a really kind of elevated but comfortable pair of sandals. So I've gone for flats, but they're a kind of finished, tailored feeling sandal, which means they're going to work for more casual occasions, but also be really comfortable and work well for kind of an evening out or a more formal occasion during the day. And as you can see, I've still got room left in my suitcase for my final essential pieces. So travel wash bag, ready packed in a clear bag for any airport security issues. I've got all my leads and cables, again, neatly stacked away so they can just pop in and tuck away really easily. I've got added a pair of noise-cancelling headphones, great for comfy travelling, and then a lightweight pair for running in there too. Now I've shown you a really simple packing method today. We've literally just used 2 rules, colour palette and what you're going to do when you get there. If you want a bit more of an in-depth packing guide where I use something called the 3-day method, you can see another YouTube video we've made, which I've linked in the description below. You can also shop all the products that I've put in my packing list in that description. I've linked them all there for you. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button below and that notifications bell to be alerted every time we release new videos.